Hey y'all, this is Church from Church's Intake. So let's talk about another situation that's going on as we speak and observe right now. We have a two-tier government going on. The left and the right? The left and the right. Well, if you are watching and you are observant and know what's going on, you can see that there's the government, some trying to work for the people in the United States of America. And then there's the resistance trying to work against the people of the United States of America. Now, this is where you need discernment, because depending on who you listen to, you can be duped, confused, misled, and you can watch the same things that everyone else is seeing. But one that's seeing it sees it with the right eyes, and another is seeing it with the wrong eyes. And how can this be? This can only be because a person doesn't have a relationship with the Most High. And the other person that's assuming that this is he or such a way, because they're looking at it with their natural eyes instead of the spiritual eyes. Because if you're looking at it in the natural sense, your human flesh is going to override what is not seen. So, for instance, let's talk about the Trump-Zelensky altercation that happened in the White House. Okay. If you were to watch the actual interview, nobody telling you going this way or that way, you could figure out that Zelensky said a little bit something under his breath, basically saying that we don't have nothing affecting us right now from the waterfront. He's like, you got beautiful water. Ain't got no problems over there yet. But it's going to come. Now, if I was to think in my natural sense, that sounds like you trying to kick some dirt on me, hoping that destruction might come upon us, because I'm not willing to help you keep on feeding an unnecessary war. Now, mind you, if you was a person to give money to someone, right? Your boy or something on the street, and you was feeding them, you know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, dog, this the last time. And then he comes up one more time asking you for another handout, right? And he like, oh, you know what? You don't really have no problems right now. You know, times is starting to get a little scarce, and hopefully your kids don't have no problems in the near future. Now you're going to take that and you're going to say, what? Because that's a threat, right? Just like Trump. It should have been said. That's why if you watch it, Trump was trying to keep his cool. And then the bull J.D. Vance, who's the VP, hey, listen, bro, we gave you $350 billion. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you? Oh, I said thank you, brother. Nah, brother. We need you to say thank you that we've been, assisting you. We here for you. We here to help. But you want to act a fool on national television. So then he said his little slick stuff when JD was talking to him. Trump was chilling. He was trying to keep it cordial, but he kept it going for us to be able to assess the situation. See, Trump will always leave the receipts if he does it good or bad. So we, the people, can figure out if it was good or if it was bad. But that's between us to discern the difference. So when he said that little slick remark about the water, basically saying like, there might be a terrorist attack coming on the water sometime soon, brother. If you don't give me this bread, you know what I mean? Hold up. And then that's when Trump started going bazonga. Like, you ain't gonna just say that about us. You can't just tell us what's gonna happen. Witchcraft. And with the spiritual eyes, you will see that the bull is trying to project. That's called projection. Hoping and praying, fear-mongering amongst us, casting spells. Because just because you don't always have to go to the altar and that means it's witchcraft. Nah, projection. When you assume assumptions that you want this to happen to the American people. That's a wish. That's a want. That's witchcraft. That's not right or righteous. And you will see that if you watch the video yourself. Now, if you listen to CNN, MSNB, no. You know what I mean? If you listen to some of the same news outlets that tell you, you need to take the jab. The bird flu times 20 is coming. The fear-mongering oligarchs that want you to stay in fear and, the unknown is so scary. That's what they want. That's what the projection, that's what they want. They're demons. They've been keeping the spell on you for years. Leave the plantation. Leave them alone. Cut off the TV tube. I don't care if it's Fox. All of them got their own witchcraft in them. It's called television programming. They're programming you to be into fear. That's what they feed off of. So this is another thing. So they'll be like, there's going to be a big old blizzard like you never seen before in your life. You better go shop now because you're not going to be able to leave the house. And then boom, like a half an inch of snow comes. But everybody was listening to the TV tube, took everything out of Walmart, ShopRite, and everything else. Now they overstock because that's what they wanted you to do, to stockpile so they could add more stuff on the shelves. Not catching up. They over here hitting you with the sleight of hand every time. And you keep falling for it. Telling you, these tariffs is going to cripple us. Now, if you're a true child of God and God's been, working with you, talking to you, you've been talking to him and building with him, you learned a couple things in the last 4 years, family. You learned some stuff. When they're talking about, first off, tariffs wouldn't even come into play. You need a couple months before it even to go into effect that it needs to go into that's going to cripple your pockets. Now, the stuff that's crippling your pockets now already happened from the last administration. The bull only been in the office for a month. Now, when you're watching how he moving, 25% tariffs over here, 25% tariffs over there. Over here in Canada, over here in Mexico. Now, Mexico, we're gonna up the tariffs, and then wait a minute, Trump, we're gonna make a phone call. Now Mexico, Trump like, listen, I'm gonna give y'all another month. I needed to get better. So by April 2nd, I'm gonna make whatever them tariffs is right now. April 2nd, y'all got to pass the April 2nd. Now Canada, they don't got that. Canada want to try to stand on business. They taking the liquor off the shelves that they already purchased. Now, you listen to CNN, they go, they took all the... Listen, bro, that's a part of regaining your strength. There has to be a recession before the elevation. You can't just elevate. It's just like how God's been teaching us, right? You can't just elevate. Watch my phone. Hold up, y'all. You can't just elevate off of, hold up 1 second, y'all. 1 second. My bad. It ain't supposed to be like that, but you know, sometimes the devil be trying to work on us. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna finish this anyway. So you know, even how he was growing us, right? You go through the wilderness stage. You have to be broken first before the elevation occurs. I'm gonna just hold it up like this because the devil don't want this to come out. So for us to get to where we want to be, we're gonna go down a little first. It's gonna seem like, hey, it's a recession, but it's not. For elevation to happen, for us to be independent, like God is making his chosen people independent of self and not the government and not your family members and not your friends and not hoping and praying and wanting and willing and needing for nobody but God. It's the same thing that's happening with the government. For us to establish strength, for us to have our own independence, we have to cut ties with Canada. Why does Canada give fuel or energy to 3 to 4 states in the north? Why do we depend on them to get our energy? Why would we depend on Mexico to get our fruits, avocados, eggs, and such necessities when we can grow these things in our own backyard? We got places to drill in the United States of America. We can make our own energy. We are energy independent, always have been, but the last administration made sure we stopped drilling. Put that into perspective. If you ain't allowed to drill on your own land and they're making us go overseas to get the stuff that we have on this actual soil, is blasphemous. And you have to start discerning. Your pastors, your friend groups, and all of these people that you grew up with ain't gonna give you right information if they don't got no if they don't have no relationship with the Most High, because this is more spiritual than anything natural that we have ever seen in our life. That's why people are scared, fear mongering and stuff, because they have the sense of the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen. These fake pastors, these fake prophets out here, the real ones know. But these fake ones that, Trump's so bad. Listen, man, we follow God. God tells us, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Some people going to be casualties, but that had nothing to do with the economy. Nah, these casualties that's happening is because of judgment that was faced upon them for their foolery that they've been doing. Yeah, evil, witchcraft, sorcery, and now you're seeing. Just keep on watching. The Democratic Party is one of the biggest groups that has a whole bunch of demonic people in their lineage, in their cult, because we're gonna call it a cult now. You know what I mean? You can see that cult. I ain't a Democrat or Republican, I ain't none of that. I'm a believer in Christ. But I do see foolery. And it's coming more so from the democratic side than anything. Now, if you guys are going to church, you know what I mean, and your pastor's hitting you with this garbage, instead of telling you how to make it through these times that's coming, or you good, or you covered, or do you have that relationship that you're supposed to have for God in this time of the unknown? Because I guarantee you, most of them, they say they walking with God. They say they talking with God, but they not. And you can figure it out because they fear mongering amongst themselves. They fear mongering right in the pulpit. over here kicking out trash. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you can see it's two governments. One part of the government's trying to get right, trying to help the people. But you have to know that the world is ran by Mastema, the devil. Now, if he out here, he runs everything out here, right? So he gonna cause confusion amongst the land. So you're gonna listen to somebody that you think is right, sounding good in your ears. But those are them itchy joints, you know what I'm saying? You got wax up in there. It's too good. The one, this is how it is. It's going like this. The ones that's actually sounding good, oh, we saying we for the people and stuff, but the actions show that they not. Like the bull had cancer. No Democrat stood up the other day. That's disgusting. And then it's just like they saying one thing out of their mouth, but they doing another thing. Oh, we need this money, but we've been spending it on a whole bunch of trash. But we need that money back. Why? So we can fatten our pockets and we can kill these Americans out here. That's you know what I mean? So we can keep on fooling these Americans out here that we got the best interest of them. And then you got other ones over here. Oh, what's $5,000 gonna do for the people? Now, if the bull Trump wasn't in office, that $5,000 came from Biden's mouth, saying, oh, we're going to bless the people with $5,000, you know, stimulus. Man, you already know everybody be all up on that. Oh, you see what our president did? He's the best in the whole West and the world. He's the man. But he's not. You got to stop, man, and think. This is why God says you need to build with him, because if you don't build with him and you start listening to your friends and family, you're going to get, what does he say? You're going to get spit out because you're not hot nor cold. You don't know. You don't know that you're going up against the evils of the darkness. You don't know that basically the whole tariff war, I'll tell you what the whole tariff war is about drugs. It's about fentanyl. Now, your government, your news station ain't going to tell you none of that about no fentanyl. That's why the bull Trump's so mad, because a lot of Americans is dying off of fentanyl. It's getting mass produced out from China, and then they supplementing it through Mexico and Canada. They ain't going to tell you that. And this 25% tariffs, Canada already had 25% tariffs on our stuff anyway. So we just evening it up. But you seen when Mexico, when they heard that, and they were saying the same thing Canada was, and then they retracted it. Hey, Trump, you know what? We gonna try to work a little harder. She emailed Trump, showed him the receipts. Trump, oh, okay, we gonna give you the April 2nd. Because why is he putting deadlines? He putting deadlines on it so they know that he does mean business. He don't want to do it. But if you don't fulfill your end, this is it. This is what's going to happen. Now, China, whole nother story. Man. It's a whole nother story. China always wanted to go against America, man. As much as the people, these Democrats always say, oh, don't worry about, they lying to you. China's always been America's thorn in their butt. They want us gone. They always have. Now, you got to be a real one to know this, man. But Chinese people don't like Americans like that, especially not the real CCP. I mean, Americanized Chinese people is a whole different story than the people that's in China. Let's get that straight, too. And then these people with they taking this. Listen, handouts, God don't want you to depend on no government. He don't want you to depend on no man. He wants you to be independent and depend on him. And he gonna grow you and show you. But if you ain't built or you ain't ready, it is what it is. You'll be a casualty out here. And I'm sorry to say it is what it is, but it is what it is. And that's how it's gonna go down. And the real ones, he already talked to us. We already know what's going on. We already been planning for this. We've been planning for more than this. And he's growing us to grow yourself. get in your purpose and you'll know some things. If you get in your purpose, I guarantee you half of the stuff that they talking about wouldn't even affect you, even if the lights go out, because you'll have a backup plan already ready. Because who's going to give you that plan? The man upstairs. He's going to get in your subconscious. He's going to tell you, you know what? You should do this. You should learn that. You should do this. You should do that. You should be built for this. You should be built to not depend on the government. I want you to learn how to do this, so you don't need them if this was to occur. Certain things won't occur. Certain things just going to be talked about, and it's going to just pump fear in your heart. Now, that's going to stress some people out. Some people are going to die from stress and fear, and that's sad. But that's how it's going to go down. And I mean, you got to understand, man, like there's people that want things to be right, but there's also the people that are the resistance of righteousness. They will always go against the grain of rightness. They don't want you to be free. They don't want you to be happy. This is your government. Some people in the government do, but you're seeing that most of them are trying to keep the resistance. And who's going to break the resistance? God. Just sit back and watch. Keep on observing, and you're going to figure it out. Not all of them people that's in the government, I don't even think they all got souls. They don't all got souls. They not all human beings. Some of them is soulless creatures. Some of them let the legions, they let demons operate within them. Look at their eyes. Look at their face. Look. Observe what they're saying. This is the time. It's all tests. This is testing. Pass the test. Learn to grow your discernment, because a lot of you guys out here are failing, and that's not what God wants. But that is definitely what Mastima and his soldiers, that 1/3, they want all of y'all to be fear mongering. Because if they get inside your brain, you get inside your mental to fear is only of the devil. God's people don't fear. We are strong. We are bold. We are courageous. We are go-getters. We here to change the atmosphere. How can you change the atmosphere if you're in fear? Wake up. God bless.